I'm just gonna say like this: their version of SHION for him is the pig bitch. She wants to be the secretary. She's trying to be the secretary and be on top of him, kind of like SHION was doing in the show. But she's not a good match. I don't like that as a comparison. That's what I was gonna say.
I did not ever once get SHION comparisons from pig bitch. Like,
no. Get the fuck out of here. All right, well, fuck it, bro. Listen.
Hey, yo, it's your boy Izzy, and we are back with another episode of Animated Opinions. As always, I am joined here with my co-host,
Styles Pride. You know what it is. You know what to do. Please like, comment, and subscribe.
Yeah, we're coming off of a special episode 10, so episode 11, we just gonna mellow it out. We're gonna talk about whatever we talk about, and yeah, we're just gonna give our opinions. So obviously the first thing I want to really touch on is, are you going to give Tekken another try, or do you feel like you've seen what you wanted to see? First of all, off of this little bit of time that you spent with it, right? Not even probably an hour, like maybe 30 minutes.
Nah.
Like,
at most, yeah.
What was your first, experience?
Impression?
Yeah, first impression.
Yeah, like, I mean, all right, so backstory for this, for everybody that's listening or whatever, is your boy Izzy here put it on stream last night so that I could see some of the new shit or whatever, right? Used to be a Tekken player back in the day, not real heavy. I'm not saying that I'm like the grand champion and none of that shit, but
greatest human player alive.
Yeah. used to play that shit though. And yeah, I hear good things. I've heard good things since Tekken 7 came out. Apparently they did a big rework for Tekken 7. It was very well received. Tekken 8, I guess, is even better. So watched it yesterday, got me interested, want to play it, but don't necessarily want to pay for it before the First Descendant comes out. First Descendant comes out after next week, July 2nd. I know I announced that shit on the last one. I'm going to announce it again. First Descendant, July 2nd. Come see your boy stream that shit day one. Probably do that whole week. But, well, without a doubt, through that whole week. But anyway, downloaded the demo, right? Played that shit just a little bit ago while we were getting set up for the actual stream. And, yeah, I obviously didn't get to play, but with like 3 or 4 characters. None of the characters were characters that I really wanted to play with. Game looks gorgeous. I mean, you could just expect that new age shit, you know what I mean?
I mean, and probably
my biggest
look better than what you've seen on the stream, right? Actually getting to see it
facts.
on you. That shit, you probably like, damn.
Yeah.
It didn't look this good on the stream.
Well, you've got the you pay for the upgraded shit in Discord, right? So your visuals were pretty damn good on my. If I was to stream it, I can only stream it at 720 because I don't pay for the upgraded shit in Discord,
you don't pay for
right?
Nitro, okay.
Right. So your shit was actually looking pretty good, but obviously seeing it on my screen myself looked amazing. So instead of making it long and drawn out, the biggest shit that I'm going to say about Tekken is that shit is crispy. The gameplay feels so fucking clean. I was talking to Izzy about this shit earlier. Back in the day, I used to feel like you had to do double inputs, right? Some of the combos and shit just required double inputs in order for, maybe I didn't know the timing correctly or whatever, but in order for me to get certain combos off or certain moves off, I had to double press the input so that I would get the timing, so that I would get the animation that I was looking for. With this shit, it felt stupid to double press because it was so crisp. It was reacting to the fucking shit that I was putting in, and then I was getting an added animation that I didn't need because it was reacting to that double press as well. That shit is like few and far between. And fighting games, like, that just shows how far fighting games have come. But it was so fucking crispy. It felt so good. So definitely interested in buying the shit. Again, I don't know when. Like, I was thinking about it after I played it, and I was like, yo, I could buy this shit even with the first Descendant coming out, because it's a game that you can pick up and play for, you know, it's kind of like a MOBA or something like that. It's something that you can pick up, put an hour or two in a day, no issue, no worry. You're not losing or gaining anything except for a little bit of playtime, having fun. And if you put it down and skip it for like 3 days.
Yeah, I've literally gone, like, you know how much I've been playing, but I've gone like a whole week without playing it at all. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it's like, one of the craziest things is after doing that, I'll come back to play it. And I'm like, ooh, my inputs is crispy right now. Facts. And it'd be like, it almost be like, yo, taking that week off. It's like, it gives me time to process certain things. You know, I was just like, and that's one of the crazy things that probably what's gotten me into Tekken, right? I guess let me give some backstory on how I got into it, right? I'm not really a fighting game nigga. I don't really play fighting games like that, other than, you know, the Bandai Namco anime, you know, arena fighters that, you know, they nice, they simple, they flashy, but do you really care about them when you're not playing them? You know what I'm saying? Like,
and is it something that you could really put time into to master a fucking character? Not really. Like,
I mean, and you don't really have to. Like, you can kind of master every character that you like in those games pretty easily. Maybe with the exception of, like, maybe Ninja Storm. Ninja Storm probably requires a bit more technical, I guess, ability in certain aspects. Obviously not on the level of Tekken, but like a game like Tekken, or, you know, one of those. But other than that, they're pretty simple, easy, and just fun to pick up, play when you playing.
It's that fantasy. You know what I mean? You get to play your favorite anime character in a game and just enjoy that shit.
Exactly. So
Akaza, baby.
Exactly. Hey, that boy Pride was enjoying that Akaza too, boy.
Facts.
Let me tell you.
Facts. I actually thought about loading that game up again, just to get in there and play with Akaza, bro. Because that shit was.
And for those of you who don't know, we're talking about Demon Slayer. Okay, it's a demon on Demon Slayer. But yeah, so I played a bit of Tekken 7, right? And it was cool, but it wasn't really. It didn't catch me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it didn't. Like, I had fun playing Steve, but that was just because he was a boxer. I ain't had to worry about kicks. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, and then, you know, I ain't gonna lie, one of my favorite things was the weave.
Yep.
Yo, weaving a nigga shit and then coming through and just hitting it with that fucking power driver. Yo, that shit crazy.
Yeah, that shit is wild. It's fun.
So yeah, that was fun. But again, it was like, I don't really care to put the time in to really learn this game right now, right? So fast forward, I guess the other fighting game that I did kind of put maybe like 30, 40, maybe 100, maybe I don't know, somewhere in along those lines, definitely less than 100 was Guilty Gear, right? So that was, but it's still not on the level of Tekken, right? So I'm coming into Tekken 8 with absolutely no fighting game experience, no fighting game knowledge of Tekken, even as a franchise, right?
Minuscule, if any.
Right. Like, I know Yoshimitsu, right?
But don't know how to play him. I know of him.
Yo, anytime that I've played like Tekken, like just at a friend's house, or, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, just like because I never owned it, right? So anytime I did play, it would be at like a friend's house. I just pick it up for a couple matches, and I'm like, right, yeah, whatever. I want to play Yoshimitsu because I always thought Yoshimitsu was fire, right? Like,
because he looks dope. Yeah.
So when I got into this one, right, and I started playing Tekken 8, funny shit, I downloaded the demo first, right? Because I was like, I'm not a fighting game nigga. Like, I don't know if I'm going, like, I don't want to put money into this game, right?
Am I going to get my money out of it? Yeah, I feel you.
So I download the demo and I look through the roster of characters and I'm like, dang, some of these characters look dope. I ain't gonna lie, I want to try some of these.
That's one of my driving factors, bro. Is that they got a whole bunch of new heads. They brought some old heads back that haven't been in the most recent iteration that I played, like Jun Kazama. I haven't. She's been going since like Tekken 2 or Tekken 3.
June is a blast to play with, let me tell you.
Yeah, and then they got the new one.
Yeah,
the new Kazama,
Reina.
Yeah, like where the hell did she come from? I'm so out of the story and all that, bro. I'm gonna have to catch up if I get it. But yeah, that's one of my driving factors. Go ahead and do what you do. I was just saying, like, there's new characters. I'm kind of interested to try them. A couple of them out. Leroy, bro.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. So like, I'm looking through the roster and I'm like, but you know what? Let me see how I feel about playing the actual game. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna pick. I don't even remember who I picked. I think maybe it was Jin.
Yeah, I can see that.
I think it might have been Jin. I don't know. I just picked whoever, and then I went against. I guess I went against Kazuya, right? Because that's who I always fucking pick, to go against, right? And so I start playing it, and I'm like, okay. This feels kind of good. Like, I don't really know what I'm doing, but I kind of feel like I know what I'm doing, right? And crazy thing is they got this little special mode shit, right? You've probably seen it. I turned that shit off. I said, why you taking up one of my buttons? Give me another button to be able to do stuff with, right? And know, again, I don't like the face buttons either, so I switched my shit over to the bumpers and the triggers, right?
Right.
So I'm playing, I'm like, damn, this feels kind of good. Like, I'm sitting here doing cool shit. I said, okay. So I back out. I pick another character. I forget. This was a while back, right?
While ago, yeah.
I don't actually remember which, but I just know I went through the roster that they had. I tried all of their skills, right? Or not all of this, but I did what I did. I just button mashed, right? Basically, to see how good it felt, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, damn. Now I wonder how all the other characters on the that I wanted to try play like you know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, yo, if these characters that I don't care about feel good to play like this, wonder how my boy Steve feel in this one. You know what I'm saying? Because I remember playing Steve the last one, so I was like, I'm gonna play Steve on this one and see how he feel. And so I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna go in on the fighting game, right? So, boom, I landed on Tekken 8, and I haven't put that thing down since. You've noticed, I'm sure, from the time it came out, I have just been playing. Every time we talk, I'm talking about Tekken, like. So, I will say, from that kind of experience, I will be sitting there walking or just going to work or something and thinking about a match that I had in Tekken and replaying it and like, okay, so what could I have done there where I wouldn't have got caught with that, even without the whole, because you remember I showed you the lab, right?
Yeah.
And even you've seen I never touched the lab. Like, right. I don't really know what's going on because in my mind I'm labbing, right? Like,
right.
Like I'm
You're
labbing
basically
in
reviewing
my
the
head.
match on your own,
right?
Yeah.
Like, and so I haven't never felt like that with any other fighting game that I've played until I've played this one. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So from that standpoint, it must be a pretty good game, right? To me, right? So yeah, that's
it must be a pretty good game, and overall, not just to you. One, it's bringing in the most new players that a Tekken has ever brought in before. Two, it's got the user-friendly mode, which is what that shit was that I turned that shit on. As soon as they did the description at the beginning of the demo, I was like, no. This is that button mash shit for people that don't want to learn characters. They just want to do cool shit. This is for the people that are gonna...
for lower ranks, like as a lower rank player, people who use that shit, they, until you figure it out, they gonna kind of fuck you up with it, right? Like, because they can easily do a full fucking combo by just pressing a couple buttons, right? Like,
right. Well, that was the same shit that they implemented in KI when KI first got reworked and re-released, and a lot of fighting games are starting to do that more often now. I personally don't like that. I feel like it gives an unfair advantage to someone that is not really trying to learn the game and is eventually going to put the shit down. To someone that wants to learn the game. I know it doesn't, but that's how I felt when they first started implementing that shit for real. Like when that shit came out in KI, I could tell the difference in between somebody that was button mashing using that auto combo shit compared to somebody like me that was actually in the training, practicing combos and shit. But what I will say is the more that you learn, or the more that you get used to the mechanics and the frame rates and shit like that, that button mashing shit, it will only get you so far. Because as soon as you get accustomed to it's going to be the same simple combos depending on what buttons they're pushing every time. And if they can't get those openings, because now I know that shit, you know what I mean?
Right.
Then you're just going to get smashed. And that'll push those kids that don't really want to learn out of the game or into the bot shit, which is fine. And I don't know. I was pissed off at it when it first came out. Now I understand the thought process behind it, and I'm a little bit more accepting. Like, you're trying to get new people into your game, and that is a good way to get somebody that has no experience with fighting games, no experience with any of frame rates, or none of that shit, safe frames, all of that, neutral, all of that. Somebody just gets in the game, and they're like, oh, shit, I'm doing cool shit with this character. That'll get them interested. So I get it, and I appreciate it, but I didn't when it first came out. I hated that shit. I thought that shit was whack.
What I will say is that it's actually funny because you'll see it reflected in the ranks, right?
Yeah.
At the very beginning ranks, pretty much everybody you come across is gonna have that shit on for the most part, right? Like, you gonna see it. But as the ranks start going up, and then you get to the greens and the blues, and it starts dwindling, right? Like maybe one person out of every 3 fights might have it, right? Then it starts going one person in every 5 fights. Then maybe you might fucking come across that shit in 1 out of 20 times, and then you like, oh shit, I haven't been against this in a minute. And now you're getting fucked up because you like, wait, what the fuck is going on here? Like, why am I getting fucked up by this shit? But then after a round or two, you like, oh, you just gonna keep doing that? Okay, get, and then all of a sudden, you don't see it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that
which is expected.
You just don't see it at all. Like,
that's why I said at the beginning, I was like, oh, this is an unfair advantage, blah, 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 blah. But then once you realize that there's only so many mix-ups they can do. There's only so many, because they're relying on the system to do it for them, and the system's only programmed for this much. To actually master a character, you have to know what his pokes are, what his punishes are, what mix-up you can use at what time in order to get into your combo. You can't just rely on a button to figure that shit out for you. So yeah, as you get higher in the ranks, I expect that shit to go bye-bye. But that's why I'm saying, like, at the beginning, I was like, yo, I fucking hate this shit. This is garbage. Why do this? But then after that realization that you just brought up, I realized, like, yeah, it doesn't matter. Like, eventually they'll be weeded out of the flock.
Yeah.
And as long as they're having fun playing the game and the game is getting a little bit more of a foundation and a player base, I'm all for it.
I mean, and
I'll climb past it.
In a way, I can see like how it also can get somebody, because let's say you that's how you start out, right? Like, again, obviously I turned that shit off. I seen it too, just like you, and was like, no, don't put that on my button, like. So I took that shit I was never on. I immediately went in to my button configurations. I swapped all my buttons around. I took that shit off. I put my, my specials on the buttons I wanted them and all that.
Right.
But somebody who doesn't do all that, somebody who literally just picks the game up and starts playing it, right?
Right.
They might at first use that shit or lean on it, right?
Yeah.
But then as they find a character that they might actually really like, they start trying to maybe experiment with other things that's not in that shit
and then realize that they can't unless they turn that shit off.
Right.
I mean, facts, right?
Well, no, because here's the thing. You can actually, it's actually tied to a button. So you could have it off and be playing normally, like,
yeah.
But then let's say you feel like you getting pressured, which I've seen this too, right? Motherfuckers will start with that shit off, like they try to practice some new shit, and then once I start fucking them up, you see all that shit get turned on.
Okay. Yeah, I noticed. I didn't read through the whole thing, but that makes sense now because I'm pretty sure that in the description it says something about you could turn it on or off with like left bumper.
Yeah,
or
left
some
bumper.
Shit like
yeah,
that.
That's what.
Yeah. Okay. All right, now I get it. All right.
Yeah. So people will start out with that shit, right? Use it as a crutch, and then as they get further into learning the game and learning their character, they like, you know what? I need this button. I need this off my LB, and I need it to actually be a button that I can use for this combo or this move that I'm trying to do, right?
Right.
So, I mean, yeah, in that sense, that's a good business move. And then, like you said, motherfuckers who don't want to keep going, hey, you just spent $70 on it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right. I get it though. I mean, it is actually a way, like looking at it from looking at it from the perspective that you just presented actually even makes more sense for the business model than what I was thinking about them getting pushed out. So instead, I think that obviously their plan is more along the lines of what you were presenting than what I was thinking at all, to be honest. I mean, it makes sense now. So they get this mode that can be toggled on or off at any time so that they feel like they're still out there doing something, right? And then they find a character, like you said, that they're actually interested in. Oh, he's doing cool shit. I like those animations, this, that, and the other. And then instead of them being pushed out of the game because the difficulty gets too hard in their matches, maybe they honestly do get interested and start going into training and practice and shit like that and trying to learn the shit themselves. And then when they figure out that it's not as hard as they think it is, they toggle that shit off completely. And now they've got a basis for a character. That's a good ass business model, bro. It even makes more sense now, so I don't hate it as much as I hate it even less.
Hey, yo, what's really crazy is this Tekken 8 Discord that I'm in. I can tell you about. Yeah. It's I will say probably 80%, 70 to 80% of the people that I've come across have said, "Yeah, this is my first Tekken ever." Like, and I'm having so much fun. Like, and the general consensus among people this is their first Tekken is the game is fun. Like, at the end of the day, the game is fun. Like, so, hey,
I feel like I gotta get it, bro. I'm really interested in the Leroy character because his fighting style is completely based around Wing Chun, which was, for people that don't know, the foundation that Bruce Lee used to create his own martial arts. Same thing that Jet Li was trained in as a child, as far as I know. And all of the Ip Man movies are based off of Wing Chun too. So if you've ever seen any of those with Donnie Yen, those are fantastic. But
again, he is pretty fire. Like, he has parries. Like,
counters. I looked up the shit that I looked up last night, because this is how excited I was about the game after seeing Izzy play this shit. I looked up YouTube videos last night of a character I was interested in to see if it might be worth buying, or am I going to be completely let down by his kit. Well, the videos I looked up last night were of professional players playing in like Evo tournaments and shit. Like, it wasn't an Evo tournament that I was watching, but it was two big head #1 ranks for their characters bopping each other. And when you get to that tier, it's all about simplicity. The combos that are going to do the biggest amount of damage are what you're going to see on repeat, and their openers, they're looking for specific openers, specific mix-ups to get into said combos. So it's not as exciting to watch.
I don't know, I think that shit is super exciting to watch. I mean, I get what you saying, but I've watched, especially on Tekken, like I've watched a match against, you know, top players, and it was actually a tournament. And there was a whole match where niggas couldn't get those openers and shit. So it just really came down to like specific like pokes and timings on when you do certain shit. And like that shit was exciting as fuck. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Exciting in a different way. What I'm looking for currently, because I'm interested in the game and thinking about buying it, I'm looking for animations. I'm looking for big boy combos or a multitude of mix-ups, a bunch of different combos. Whereas in those professional matches, I get what you're talking about. It's that on edge shit, like who's gonna get that first hit? Oh, he didn't miss that. Oh, he canceled that. Oh,
man, it's like, damn, he caught that. Wow, how did he know he could do that? Like that's like that. And I guess it's because I'm watching it as like a learning thing too, right? That's why I'm watching. So I guess I'm learning shit and like I'm trying to implement it. So yeah, I guess that's where the excitement for me is. Okay.
Right. So what I'm looking for is the animations, and when you get into them top tier games, it's not a whole lot of animations because, like I said, these boys are looking to get their min-maxed combo for the most damage. They're trying to win.
They're not using all 100 moves.
Right. It's a tournament. I'm not getting to see a whole lot. I'm only getting to see their standard shit of the way that they play. So that's what I was saying about it's not being exciting because it's not what I'm looking for currently. Now to get better, that's a whole nother thing.
Right.
So what I did was I reverted back to one of the dudes that I actually follow on YouTube for fighting games.
Who that?
That isn't Maximilian Dude, bro. If you ain't heard of him, he's one of the biggest streamers for fighting games, for every fighting game. And he used to be a main head in Evo. He used to be like top tier in Evo. And then he stopped tournaments because I don't know, I guess his streaming and shit was just blowing up. Now he's hosted Evo, and he's been one of the, you know, the announcers or whatever at multiple different times. And he covers every game, bro. He covers every game. So he doesn't necessarily cover every player because there's certain characters like Martial Law. He hates fighting Law because he's like, the only thing I know about Law is every time I get in this fucking game, I get fucked up by him. He's like, I hate that character. But he does do like reaction videos to their new announcement trailers for when they're releasing new characters to the roster and shit like that.
Yeah, I'm excited for Lydia.
Yeah, I haven't paid no attention to what's coming out. I was looking for what I was looking for.
I feel you.
So long and the short, I had watched the Evo shit, wasn't super hype about how Leroy looked, realized what I was looking at wasn't what I was looking for. Yeah. Went to Maximilian's channel and saw some combos and was like, okay, Leroy's got some moves. Yeah. Leroy has got some moves, all right? You're in your regular rank shit, there is a ton of shit that he's got that's nice and clean and crispy, looks good, looks dope. Because I'm not really trying to play that game to be a motherfucking Evo champion. I'm trying to go out there and just show out and show off. I want to know my character well enough to whoop your ass and look good doing it.
I mean, honestly, the only reason I even did the ranked shit is because I just wanted to make sure that I kept going against people that
are my tier.
Are on my level. So like, obviously you see yesterday I'm at Shinryu right now.
And I'll do the same thing. But once I start to cap out, I'm okay with that. Yeah. Because I'm still having fun. I'm still using the combos that I want. I'm not trying to min-max for the maximum amount of damage. Yeah. Maybe I will. But I will with the animations that I choose. Shit that I think looks flashy. Shit that I think looks good. Like, ooh, if I could pull this combo off on somebody, even if they're pissed off, they're going to be like, yo, that was fire. You know what I mean? Because I've done that. I've had a combo pulled off on me and been like, oh, shit. Like, I'm not even mad at old boy no more. I just got perfected. But that shit looked fucking sexy. Like,
no, I mean, I've gone against Leroy's who have absolutely demolished me. Like, and I've just been like, yo, this is it made me want to go try and play the nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, like maybe I should go main Leroy.
Yeah. And then I looked up martial law, obviously, because he's another character that I would like to get back into. He used to be, I was talking to you a little bit about this yesterday. He used to be like the easy character, right? Yeah. Kind of before Eddie Gordo came out, the button mash king, right? There was martial law, who basically all you had to do was get that backflip, and if you could figure out the two buttons, both kicks together, you do the backflip. That's it. Beep, beep. And you could double it down. They added to where you could double it down, and then you did a run-up throw or whatever, all this. Yeah. He was just real simple to play. They've changed that. I looked some of his shit up. He's got some real cool animations, more along the lines of like motherfucking Bruce Lee himself. He's got the nunchuck shit. I mean, you see,
I didn't show you his ult because I figured you would want to see that for yourself. But his ult, it's Bruce Lee. Like
I haven't seen it. I didn't even see it in the video.
You know the
that I watched.
Iconic Bruce Lee motherfucking move. Yeah. He got it. You know what I'm saying? If you get it, trust me, you gotta.
Yeah, he's gonna do the dragon kick or the fucking And then I saw Leroy has got the Wing Chun classic. Oh yeah. The 6-inch punch. That shit was nasty. I saw that on the Maximilian shit. He started doing the fucking Donnie Yen from Hitman fucking and then he fucking put the hand there and did the 6-inch punch, and I was like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna try that, man, bro. So I'm already thinking about purchasing it, but again, like the game, I feel like the game's gonna get purchased no matter what. Right. That's where I'm at. But whether I'm gonna do it now, and maybe kind of fit it into rotation for a week, which I doubt, because I'm having fun with the Wayfinder game and. Predecessor when the boys want to group up for that, but it's mostly Weather and Waves and Wayfinder, and primarily Wayfinder right now. But I ain't got but a week, and then the first Ascendant comes out, bro. And everything that I played, regardless of anything else, I've had a ton of fun. And it feels like it might be that next game that I can really get into and play for a long period of time without worrying about what's coming up next. So what I'm thinking is that I'll put all of my time and attention in the first Ascendant, because I know that I'm going to do that anyway. And then when it starts to feel like, you know, like with Warframe or BDO, like, all right, we done did shit for like 5 hours this weekend, I'm going to go play something else for a little while. That's when I'm going to pick up fucking Tekken, and we're going to get in there and do something. I may pick it up before that, just because I want to come in there and whoop your ass. Or get my ass whooped. I'll take a L. Listen, I'll take an L like the next guy, bro.
Listen, you know me. I'm one of those people who ain't. Well, maybe I might take a little easy on you. You know, I don't want you to understand. Like, go get a refund and shit. But
you don't got to do that for me, bro. You already know that. I played Guilty Gear with you and got wop and kept playing. The only reason that Guilty Gear dropped off was because fucking something else came out, bro.
Yeah, no, Guilty Gear had its own issues. We won't get into that, but
and that netcode. Oh my god, that netcode was iffy as fuck.
No, that was just Anyway,
that's it. That's hold on, that's the last thing. Whoa, shit! Why are you running at me? So, that's the last thing that I want to say on Tekken before we move on from that. At least. Big changes to the netcode from Tekken 7 was when they initiated those changes or whatever, and apparently you even said something about it yesterday. It's crispy.
I mean, you saw me do like how many matches?
Yeah, and only one of them had small amounts of latency.
And that was the Wi-Fi nigga, I think it was.
Yep.
Yeah. So. I mean, and it was only a little bit in there. Like, it didn't, like, really... It wasn't the cause for me losing, right? Like...
No. It was like... What was it? One time, you got a decent, like, an actual big-sized hiccup. And I believe it was, like, on y'all's rematch, and you were, like, 5...
Oh, no, I think that was my PC. I don't think that wasn't the game. That was my PC.
Okay. All right. Well, then the other shit really was barely noticeable.
Yeah.
You could notice it because of a quick frame drop, but it was instant and then picked right back up. So netcode for the game looks fantastic. That is another exciting thing for me because if I actually get in and learn a character without having to fight against lag, hey, that's exciting. That's new shit for anyone that's never played a fighting game online or you've never been into the fighting game genre. I'm telling you, that is big shit, the biggest shit.
No, I'm telling you, your inputs come out when you want them to come out,
which makes a so much better game. Yeah,
it's beautiful. My reactions, I never thought I could react to certain things, bro. Niggas, when they play against me, they know that you gonna get low parried, you gonna get low parried, bro.
Yeah, you were hitting that shit consistently yesterday. I was liking that.
Yeah, and as a fighting game person, hitting parries, because the timing of a parry has to be
exactly
on timing, right? And so if I'm hitting parries like that, the netcode must be just
beautiful.
So I definitely look forward to whooping your ass. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Well, but anyway, moving on from Tekken. I know we spent a little bit of time on that, but hey,
I mean, it was worth it.
Yeah,
it was worth it. Something that's been brought up recently in the past day or so that is new. Yeah. I mean, that's what we do, bro. That's what we're here for.
And something else that's new, we both told each other, hey, you go watch this anime, I go watch this anime, and now it's time to reconvene. So I ain't gonna hold you.
So then we'll just slam right in there. Windbreaker is fire. Windbreaker is fire.
Super fire. I haven't seen the new episode. I know there's a new one out, but
I won't kill it for you.
I've been trying to watch the your anime, right? Which I'm gonna say it. I've been enjoying this Moonlit Tsukiyomi Ichi. You know what I'm saying? This shit. It was crazy because where it went at first, I was not expecting it. Right? Yeah. I'm thinking, okay, here we go. Another isekai, the normal. When he first got in front of that goddess, I was already holding back some laughter. Okay.
She
it almost said you ugly thing,
and was mad at it. Not only did she call his ass ugly, she was mad at it.
For those who aren't aware, if you haven't watched it, you got some spoilers ahead.
I mean this.
And then she goes.
Not only did she say he was ugly, she was mad at him for being ugly. He could help that shit. Ew, you ugly. Why are you so ugly?
As far as anime protagonists go, he got the mob treatment. What I'm saying? He ain't your typical handsome anime protagonist.
Right. Facts. Little goofy head, lollipop head boy.
And got the baddest bitches on the show. You know what I'm saying?
Gods. Some of the strongest characters on the show.
Yo, listen.
I don't like how their version of Shion, because I'm gonna compare this shit to Slime, right? Because they kind of have the same setup, kind of in the background. It's kind of the same setup. I don't like how they.
I wouldn't say that. No, I see where you say it's like Slime, but it's his own. It is. No. It is his own, but the comparisons. But what I'm saying is, even in characters and in their motivations and stuff, they're really different.
Yeah. All right, then I'm just gonna say this: their version of Shion for him is the pig bitch. She wants to be the secretary. She's trying to be the secretary and be on top of him, kind of like Shion was doing in the show. But she's not a good match. I don't like that as a comparison. That's what I was gonna say.
I did not ever once get Shion comparisons from pig bitch.
No.
Get
the fuck out of here. All right,
bro.
Listen,
I was gonna at least give you some credit if you said the dragon bitch, Tomoe. I would have been like,
I mean,
maybe a little bit, maybe like I could see, something. Well,
really,
there.
if you're looking at it, yeah, yes, pig bitch, real shit. All right, but all three of them have SHION properties though, right? You got the spider bitch who wants to be the cook. Right? She couldn't cook shit. Yeah. She was poisoning people at the beginning. Yeah. You got the pig bitch who wants to be the secretary and is trying to get on him about how he's handling his shit, right? And then you've got Tomei, who is just really badass with the sword and ate up into.
Hey, I really want them to show her really fighting, bro. Like,
yeah.
Now that she got swords too. Like, we already see a little tiny glimpse of what she can do, but you know what I want to see? I want to see her versus short white-haired bitch with the red highlights, the Dragon Slayer.
Yeah.
The Dragon Slayer. I know that's the fight that they're like, I know that's what they lead into, and I'm just so excited for it.
Because the Dragon Slayer bitch keeps talking about, oh, you've already met these two dragons. They're the only ones that I haven't met yet that I've got want to fight and absorb. Yeah.
Oh my God, bro. I know that fight is going to be. It's going to finally put Tomoe to the test.
Yeah.
Or
it's going to be a blowout.
Or she's just going to completely destroy this bitch, and I'm just going to be like, God.
Well, she's the untouchable. She's the invincible dragon, right? She's the king of all of the fucking greater dragons or whatever.
Oh, yeah, that's why she talked to all of them like the way she talked to them. Like,
yeah.
Even the headmaster greater dragon nigga, like,
oh yeah, and he's the only other like, he's the only other one that's supposed to be top tier.
Like he's supposed to be nasty, and they basically regard each other the same, so that's how you know they on like the same level. Like that would be but I wonder what his goal is, man. That's one of the things that I'm thinking about. Like, he gives me, I will tell you the comparison that I have from Slime. He gives me the other headmaster, the headmaster in Slime that's secretly trying to, take over the world, and
the main villain.
Yeah, like the
little homeboy.
The headmaster of the academy that Rimuru was teaching. They just
talked about him. Yeah, I'm trying to remember his name. They just talked about him on last night's episode, the newest episode.
Yeah, I ain't watched that one yet either.
Okay, I'm not going to spoil it. It's decent. It's not exciting. There's a lot of talk episode, but fuck, what is his name? I know who you're talking about. Little suit boy. That's from the other world too. They brought back the greater demon and made him a secretary. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. So I've been really, again, but that's why I say like the comparisons, because obviously Buddy, he's trying to build a merchant shit. You know what I'm saying? He's trying to be a merchant or whatever.
I mean, he's creating his own country too. He's just doing it in a void zone.
But it's not. It doesn't have the impact that Rimuru's country has, right? Like,
right. But they're not identical. But it is a comparison. That's what I'm saying. They're not identical. It's his own shit. But it is a comparison, bro. He's got Tempest. He's just got it in a fucking dimension that he created.
That shit is crazy too. How does bitch say, yo, I have a whole nother world in this dimension? Like, why are you so? Why do you have the power of a god? Like,
because motherfucking who was it? Tsukiyomi. Tsukiyomi was like, damn, you and the goddess didn't get along very well, bro. But here, I'm gonna help you out, bro. I'm gonna help you out.
Well, no, I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about her. She has the power of a whole fucking space void in her fucking, like, just in a dimension. She has her own dimension.
Right, but it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that big, and it wasn't what it.
Yeah, I know when they fused together, it created this whole fucking paradise, right? But it's just like, how convenient is that? Like,
I mean, it was a great setup. So let me ask you this, because this was something that I was thinking when I first started watching the show, right? Like I told you, it was one of the ones that I just clicked on as a filler. Didn't have anything else to watch, and it turned out to be fire. So I'm happy with it. But so during that intro, when he first met the goddess,
Yeah.
and she was clowning his ass and mad at it, like she was fucking old boy up, like, ugh, you're nasty. I'm not even gonna do it. You know what I mean?
Says you can't even. You can speak every language but human.
Right, but my shit, right? Yeah. So, did you not get, like, with the humor part of it? Okay, not as a comparison of the other anime, but the Overly Cautious Hero, bro. It's got some of them comedy. Yeah. Like when he go back to the goddess, and he's like, I fucking hate you, bitch. Like you, that to your face.
Yeah, I wanted to slap the shit out of you next time I see you.
Facts. Hey, he's just outright disrespectful to her at this point because he's already done.
Now, what I'm wondering is what the fuck happened when, when she was doing the language shit to him, and he fucking, his eyes is going red and shit that. Like, what the fuck was that? You know what I'm saying?
It wasn't like that on the first when he like absorbed all the other languages or whatever.
What was that? I wonder if they're gonna
highlight that more.
Yeah, maybe is that like a plot point at somewhere along the lines? Like, I don't know. So I'm curious about that because
me too.
He seemed fine right afterwards.
Yeah, after the blessing took place or whatever. Yeah.
After it was done, he just wiped his face and fucking nigga was chilling in the next scene. Like, yeah, it'd be like that sometimes,
Right. So you watched the newest episode, right?
No, I'm on the episode right after that episode. So like, Shorty just destroyed the hero.
All right, then we're not gonna go no further with that.
Yeah, I've been trying to catch up on it, but again, it's a lot of episodes, which I like. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's a lot of episodes to catch up on, though. So, yeah, but it's definitely been turning out to be an experience that I've been enjoying. There are some slow moments, but they're not super bad. They just make me want to just like, all right, next episode. All right, next episode. All right, here we go. Yeah. And again, the characters, I love them. I feel like, again, Mio, she's her own character. I love her. You know what I'm saying? She's super fire. Like, the last thing I saw, she was sitting there shooting a fucking gun and just getting shot back. I'm like...
And she's all based off of the fucking memories of her master. She's like, I want to learn this. You're not even a challenge. So I'm just testing out shit because I'm trying to learn something from my master.
But she's hurting herself. Like,
right. And she ain't worried about old boy at all. He's just target practice. She's beating her own shit up.
She's beating her. Using him as... I seen her ripped up and tattered and shit. I was like...
Damn, was old boy beating her?
Yeah, right. I was like, ain't no motherfucking way. What's going on? Then we see, you just gonna keep hurting yourself. My reflection is perfect. But then they had that little hint of it almost got through. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna try this again.
She just needs to keep refining this bitch just a little bit more. And I'm just like, yo, Shorty. Like
out here doing her thing. Out here using old boy as a training dummy, and he's like, he thinks it's an actual fight. He hasn't even caught on yet that she's just using you as a training dummy, bro.
He's like, you just want to keep doing this to yourself?
Right, you got an ability that is testing the strength of her skill, so she's refining the skill off of your ability. That's it. That is the whole fight. But you're too stupid to realize that she's that powerful. I love that.
She's like, no, this is a little, that was a good one right there. Hold on now. Maybe just a little bit more spin. You know what I'm saying?
It's dope. Yeah, it's dope.
And I see she's about to have fucking Gatling guns and bazookas coming out that bitch soon. It's about
Facts.
Oh my god. Yeah, I'm excited. Yeah, I'm definitely excited to see how the rest of this shit plays out. It's been super fire for sure. Great recommendation. I definitely appreciate it.
Yeah, I appreciate you.
I had been seeing it on my list and I was just like, do I want to?
That was another one of those like kaiju. The art style, the cover art, judge a book by its cover. That cover art looked boo-boo as fuck. So I was hesitant to click on it, but I was like, you know what? Yeah. I clicked on it, and instead of loading the first episode, I went to the details and read the description. That got me to actually watch the first episode. I was like, fuck it, I'll give it a 3-episode try. And then after that, it's all history. We're on there now. All right, so on the Windbreaker. Okay. On the Windbreaker. Yeah, absolutely love the recommendation, but it's a little different for anybody that's watching the podcast. Let me give you a little history on this. So your boy didn't get into anime heavy, right? Mm-hmm. I was interested in it because of something that I might have done this in another episode, so I'm gonna shorten it up. I was interested in it because of a movie that I saw that I had no idea what it was at a young age, but it was at the age where I was into cartoons, and this was a cartoon that had blood and big explosions and superpowers, and people were getting fucked up, right? So as a kid, you're like, holy shit, what is this? But I didn't have any idea what it was. I didn't have any idea what anime was. Didn't have any. It's called Akira. It's a movie made back in the 80s. Way ahead of its time, by the way. But didn't know what it was and never really knew how to look for it. Then Dragon Ball Z came out as one of the first animes to be released in the States, like authentically released in the States. But when I saw that, in comparison to the memories that I had of the gory, nasty, over-the-top explosions, like high-detailed anime, Dragon Ball wasn't it. So I brushed that shit off. Now later in the years, I meet up with Izzy. Me and Izzy are talking and shit like that or whatever, and he's talking to me about anime, and I'm like, I told him the same story that I'm just saying now. And he's like, hold on, let me give you a couple of recommendations. I'm gonna give you 3. And if you don't find something that you like out of those 3, we'll never worry about this shit again. And out of those 3, Overlord was one of them. Got into that Overlord shit and was like, yo, okay.
Now I remember I was like, I'm gonna choose the different genres and different styles just to see if we can land on something you like. Yeah.
And then Overlord was one of those 3. I didn't like the first one because it had too much fan service in it. All I remember is the character had to have titties rubbed on him to get like recharged or something.
How not to summon the demon lord, but hey, you did make it to the episode that I wanted you to make it to.
I did. I tried to enjoy that, but I'm just not big into the fan service shit. It's just it wasn't my shit. Now, we'll get into that more later, but so that got shit rolling. The point is that when this man tells me, yo, this is a good anime, more often than not, it's a good anime. So me having a recommendation for him and him being like, yo, it's absolute fire, I'm enjoying it, thank you for the recommendation, that's like, yes, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yes. Me saying, hey, yo, Windbreaker is absolute fire is kind of expected. So that's the pretense, right? That's the pretense. I mean, that's just the pretense, right? For our interaction, that's how shit goes. I like to give credit where credit's due. Anybody that knows me in person, which most of y'all that are watching this shit from my side, y'all know me. So I give credit where credit's due. I don't fake shit. I'm not gonna act like, yo, I'm that dude. I figured all this shit out myself. No. He put me on. He helped me out, and I have no problem saying that shit. So, and as far as the fan service shit, I'll touch on that a little bit because I said we'll get to that. As my taste in animes has started to broaden and I'm watching more, right? I'm a little bit more lenient with that type of shit, but I'm still not trying to get to the shit where like the only way that the dude powers up is he's got to have titties rubbed on him. Like that's just ridiculous shit, right?
No, don't get me wrong.
That's just not my shit.
It was so. For those that don't know, he's talking about how not to summon the demon lord, right?
Facts.
So the thing is, that's not how he get that's just something they figured out to do. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, there was a whole episode where old boy had gotten out of the dungeon and was in the inn, and the girls were on either side, and they're like, he's like, I'm so weak, I need rest, and they're like rubbing on his fucking, like, holy shit. I mean, that was a recharge, bro.
I mean, like it's so you got for those that don't know, right? You got to understand that fan service is what keeps a good majority of like the older generations of like now you got all kind of people watching anime, right?
Yeah.
But anime was mostly known to motherfuckers who wasn't getting no play, right? Like that was anime back in the day, right? Come on, like, let's be honest. Like,
hence why I was late getting into it, because your boy gets all the play, all the action. Or at least in my younger years.
I was about to say, oh really?
Yeah. Kim's probably got a radar dinging downstairs right now. Like, what did he just say? She would come swooping through the door. I'm gonna get elbow dropped. You know what I mean?
Right. No,
the people's elbow.
But yeah, so that was what anime was. So that's just a part of anime culture, and like as you get into anime and have watched a huge variety of it, you kind of become just numb to it. That's what he was saying. It was like if it's kept to a certain level, he's pretty much like, it doesn't hurt my overall experience of the anime. Like, because let's be honest, Shion with her big ass titties on top of Rimmaru's head,
it's
cleavage all out. That's fan service.
Yeah. They're just rolling on top of him, and she's carrying him around as a little slime bean, and it's just.
And we all know that's kind of like what we would want sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not even mad at that. That's what I think that's what I said back in the day too, though. I think that's what I said back in the day too. If it actually fits into the scheme of things, even though it's outlandish, I get the point behind it. So I'm good with that, right? I'm good with that. But if it's just ridiculous and put in there for no other reason than to just be in the anime and it's apparent, I don't want it. I don't need it. You know what I mean?
Listen, I've seen some crazy animes, okay?
Oh, I know.
They got some way worse than Diablo. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, Diablo was kind of tame to me, right? It wasn't really, like, again, it was something that I could honestly just laugh at to me, because it was just like, really? Like, come on now. Let's get back to the shit we want to see. Let's do some more white novas out here. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Like, which is the whole point that you wanted me to watch it at the begin with. You thought that would grab hold of me. But so another one that's a good example for the fan service shit. Excuse me. Another one that's a good example for the fan service shit was I just was talking about it a minute ago. Overly Cautious Hero.
Yeah.
That shit, that fucking anime is absolutely amazing.
Overly Cautious, man. Oh my god, I still use the GIF from it. I'm like, yo, where is the next season? Like,
yeah, facts. If it still had something rolling, it would probably be in my top 10, bro.
Yeah,
but it has slowly fallen.
All we have is one season, you know. So
yeah, it's slowly been replaced, but it is still top tier. I guarantee it. Anybody that hasn't watched it, I highly recommend it. I know he highly recommends it, but there is some.
But I mean,
as fan service in there because it's a comedy.
Yeah,
it's a fucking comedy.
It's comedy,
like no question, and it's so good.
What was the other one? What was the third one? It was that one. It was
One Punch Man.
One Punch Man. See, that's what I wanted. I think it was. Yeah, I think I remember being One Punch.
That wasn't the three that you originally. One Punch Man was one. Overlord was one, and the other one I don't remember what it was, but Overly Cautious Hero got presented to me later.
Oh yeah. Overly Cautious Hero was way later than you had already.
One Punch Man I had already brushed off, though. If you remember, you had to explain it to me because I didn't realize that there was even a comedy. What's the right word for that? A comedy genre of anime, right? I didn't know that there was. It's like movies. You got comedy movies, you got action movies, you got horror movies. It's the same thing with anime. It's the same.
Yeah, because I think I had like you had been introduced to a lot of serious like animes where they might have funny moments, but where the
Tokyo Ghoul, shit like that.
Tokyo Ghoul was a serious Attack on Titan, serious fucking anime. Yep. So getting introduced to One Punch Man is like,
right. I was completely thrown off by that shit. And the animation, how they kept changing his face. I remember I was talking shit about that. Like, I don't want to see this. He looks like a peanut head. What the fuck are they doing to this man? This is garbage. This is awful. And you were like, no, bro. Rewatch that shit. Rewatch it and remember from the very beginning, it's a comedy. And I'm like, oh, it's supposed to be goofy. Okay. Yeah. And then I gave it the 3-episode try, and boom, boom, I was in there. Motherfucking One Punch Man is fire. Absolute fire as well. Yeah, Saitama's that dude.
Saitama is that nigga. Like, like when you see that serious face, you like, shit, nah.
Who's he about to destroy? Yo, crazy shit. Hold on, we gotta. Just because we were talking about Saitama real quick, it made me think about it. Me, my son, and my brother were in the car. Not this last visit, but the visit prior, and we had a conversation. Saitama, Goku. Who do you think wins that? Now, I am not huge on all of Goku and all of his his changes and shit like that, but I do have a very good general understanding of what Goku represents. I'm saying Saitama all day. Goku 99.9 every time, 100% of the time, has to get his ass beat before he goes and trains for a millennia or whatever in his gravity chamber, and then comes back and is like, look how strong you made me, blah, blah, blah. Saitama just like, yo, what was I supposed to get from the grocery store while Goku's flashing around and punching him and hitting him with Kamehamehas and shit, and then he's like, oh yeah, bean sprouts. That shit's on sale and it ends in 5 minutes. Oh shit. Hold on, Goku. Bam! Alright, I'm going shopping, bro. Right? Like, I mean, Saitama's got him, bro. What do you think? Let's get your opinion.
It's I would. So we haven't seen all that Saitama can do.
Right. Which is one of the things that I take into consideration.
We haven't seen a single person actually challenge Saitama outside of Boros who survived more than one punch, right? And he survived that because his armor was just
that good.
Crazy. Like he had some insane crazy armor. But his attack power against Saitama, it was just another. That was a decent attack. Like, you know what? Because you had such a decent attack, I'll hit you with a real attack myself. Like, you know?
right. The dude that was supposed to be a challenge still wasn't a challenge. He just had armor that made him take more than one punch, because it was one punch to break the armor, but then it was one punch to destroy him.
And it was like that one punch, we don't know how serious he was. You know what I'm saying? Like, is he now taking it 10% more serious,
Right.
Because that definitely wasn't power that would be something that I would think I would see from him after destroying a meteor. You get what I'm saying? A huge world-ending meteor was destroyed in one punch, right?
Facts.
And he kind of was a bit more serious in that punch, I feel like, than he was in the actual dude. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't know. It's we've seen in the Goku, in the Dragon Ball universe, niggas destroy entire planets with just a finger. You know what I'm saying? Like, and Goku has beaten those niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like, we watched a nigga destroy a planet just by looking at it. Like, basically, like, the nigga Jiren is a fuck. I will say, bro, I was kind of finished with Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball. Just like, I wasn't really caring too much. I'll tell you what, that Broly movie it kind of made me interested in Dragon Ball Z again. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't know if you've ever seen it.
Nope. I don't. I've watched.
I don't think you need Dragon Ball knowledge to watch the Broly movie. Mm-hmm. Just know that he can go yellow, red, and blue. That's it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Blue is the strongest. Okay.
All right.
So if you watch, matter of fact, watch the Dragon Ball Z movie. That's my next assignment for you. Watch the Broly movie. I think you'll understand. Maybe not like, oh, I gotta go and rewatch Dragon Ball now and see. Nobody would ever really recommend you to do that, right? But I think after you watch it, you'll be like, okay, I can understand why people like Dragon Ball Z. I can understand why it has the fan base. And it's not like, I'm telling you to watch the whole anime. It's just a movie. An hour and a half, 45 minutes, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, I get why it's got a fan base. I mean, I've even played the games. The concept of Dragon Ball is cool, right? Mm-hmm. The concept of it is cool. The characters that are in it are pretty cool. It took me a while to figure that shit out and to learn more about it or whatever, but yeah, I just don't see. There's too many unknowns in that fight to make a good judgment, but I think Saitama would win. I would give it to Saitama. All right.
I would say that it would be. I can't really say who would win because I just know that Goku right now is on a level even higher than he was in the Broly movie. And in the Broly movie, basically the blue is basically a level on gods, right? Like the god of destruction, his name is Beerus. His whole job is to go around and destroy planets. Like, right. That's it. He sits there. Boom, the planet is gone. Like, just literally the snap of a finger. And his like attendant or whatever they call him, his angel, hundreds of times stronger than him. Like, yeah.
Okay.
And and again, Goku is trained and fought against this nigga. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I would have to see something of that level on Saitama to really say. You know what I'm saying?
So it's my lack of knowledge then. I know more about Saitama. Okay, because my brother and my son both said the same thing as Goku all day.
Yeah, I'm trying to explain it to you.
I was the only one fighting for Saitama out there. Nah, he's got it.
We just haven't seen enough from Saitama to really say that Saitama would win that fight. I'm sorry. Like, as much as we know there's untapped potential there,
yeah,
we got to see more. You know what I'm saying? But One Punch Man
never
is
really
never
been
going to be on that level, I don't think.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, niggas is fighting against motherfuckers who's threatening to destroy their entire universe.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Like,
right.
So
I get it.
I don't. It's just One Punch Man is not that anime to be on a universal scale. You know what I'm saying? I don't think as strong as he is, he could destroy a universe. You know what I'm saying? Like,
nah. Yeah, I wouldn't. Yeah. Saitama's strong as fuck in the aspect of what he's up against. He's ridiculously strong, right? Like, mind blowing, right? But universal scale, bro. Someone like Beerus. I know about that character, by the way. He was in Dragon Ball Fighters or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And someone like Beerus, Goku Black even, is very strong. Not as strong as Beerus, but you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I get it. I'm good with it. I just wanted your take. You know what I mean? We started talking about Saitama. It reminded me of that argument. I figured, fuck it. What do you think? You know?
Yeah.
I'm good with it either way.
Yeah, I mean, and again, I love Saitama, right?
I mean, it's a great show. This shit is funny as fuck, bro.
Super great show. Yeah. But if I you know, the fight I really want to see is that boy Garu versus Saitama, when Garu really becomes that nigga. Because apparently he's supposed to become that nigga.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that ass whooping he took from Bang did something to him. You know?
Bong! My boy Bong!
That boy said, I'm about to fuck you up.
After how dare you disgrace me? You used to be my student. How dare you disgrace me?
That boy said,
I'm gonna destroy everything that you thought you were.
Crazy.
When is the next season of that shit coming out, bro?
Bro, this is that all of this.
What's it been like 3 years?
It's been a while. You know, it's been crazy.
Shit feels like forever, bro.
But anyway, so Windbreaker. Right?
Yeah. Oh shit, we got way off of that. All right, so Windbreaker, absolute fire. Really
Did you see what we was talking about with eye patch, nigga?
Oh yeah. What Dimes was talking about? Yeah. That's my boy. I like him. But he said I wear this because I have an ancient Chinese dragon or an ancient Chinese demon trapped behind it, and it keeps it in check. And he's like, what? And he's like, that's what they say. But that ain't really what's going on. Don't let that man fool you.
I am curious to know the story behind that eye patch.
Me too. But let's see. Windbreaker, bro. Really, really enjoyed the character building. Mm-hmm. Each one of the individual characters is actually pretty well developed. I think the closest comparison to their character building scheme would be like Jujutsu Kaisen, which I think is really well developed as well. I don't think it's on the level of fucking Demon Slayer. Yeah. Demon Slayer's character development is bar none one of the best that's out right now, in my opinion. But it's damn neck and neck with Juju, in my opinion. Really appreciated that. Really appreciated a refreshing intro. The character's background story is different from many others that have been presented in so many different fucking animes, including Tokyo Revengers, which is something that's similarly along the same lines.
God, Tokyo Revengers pisses me off, bro. Have you watched like?
I deaded that. I watched the second season and was like, nope, I'm done. With this.
The second season, I'm just like, how can somebody make so many fucking mistakes, bro?
When you have the ability to go back and change them is the whole fucking point. How you keep fucking that up, bro?
Like,
and why are you so whiny?
Have to go back, bro. Yo, do you know what the fuck I would do if I would never come back here?
There's no reason. I get to start over.
Nigga, I would be... Oh my god.
But I don't want to... Let's not get into that.
Oh my god. It pisses me off, bro. Like...
I know. Me too. That's why I deaded it.
Me off because it's just like...
I couldn't get back... I couldn't get past his whiny, bro.
Oh my god!
Crybaby
hero, yeah.
That don't work for me. It's the same reason that I fell off of My Hero.
The best. How do you become the leader of a fucking division, and all you've done is get your ass whooped
and whine
and cry?
It's crazy. That's not real life, and I know it's not real life. It's an anime, but holy shit! Like,
oh my god!
It don't fit. It doesn't fit the plot line. It's frustrating because it doesn't fit. You got all these badasses around them, and somehow their brain as badasses works in this way where they see him as somebody that's badass because he's a whiny baby.
The crazy thing is when they do the flash forward, or when he finally go back to the future the one time and they showing like what happened, and like, yo, come on now, we all know he ain't about that life,
right?
So why the fuck did he?
Right.
Niggas knew that from jump when everybody just whooped his ass. Like,
right.
All it is he sits there and gets his ass whooped. I don't know how his face still works. You know what I'm saying?
With as much as that shit's been beat, he should be deformed, bro.
Nigga,
he should
who
be
are
returning
you
back
telling?
to the present.
Bro,
he should be returning back to the present and have futuristic changes to his fucking body because of the shit that he recreated in the past.
Bruh.
Like his, yeah.
Bruh, your face would not look the same after getting it beat in the way your shit has been getting beat in, bro. Like
whole eye completely closed, orbital bone fractured, fucking.
like
yeah,
niggas
bro. You should
fucking
look
whole
like Quasimodo.
fist is inside of your face. Nigga, your nose is shattered. This nigga just put his entire fist. Like this is it.
Yeah.
It's not no. This is this nigga's fist in your face, nigga. Like,
right?
How do you still have a face? Like,
right?
That shit is crazy.
I get it. That anime is dead to me, and I fell off of My Hero for the same reason. Deku, I couldn't get past how much he was crying.
As I love the animation and the fight scenes in My Hero, it's hard. It's hard.
Yeah. And I tried to start rewatching it recently because Dimes and Kira were saying Deku's about it now. They finally got him there, which is what I was waiting on the whole time.
Okay,
but
if that's what they saying, I'll go watch it.
I still haven't seen it, bro. I still haven't seen it. But I'm quite a ways behind.
Me too. I think I'm on like season 3 or 4.
Yep. I dropped it because I got tired of hearing him whine too.
Yeah.
But
man, that shit, like when they had him going 1,000,000%, like that shit was fire. Like seeing shit like that's like, yes, now do that consistently.
All the time.
You know what I'm saying?
It's time
that's
to evolve,
fire,
bro. You've been whining and training and struggling and struggling
and
struggling
and training and whining and struggling and training and whining and still
you gotta
can only use 5%.
Right. It's ridiculous.
It's been two
ridiculous.
seasons, nigga.
Right. Do something, bro. Do something. Stop whining. Holy shit. And when is the training going to pay off? Stop whining. When is the training going to pay off? And let me see you do something other than 5% for some kind of stupid ass kick that you created.
At least stop breaking your bones if you're going to use 5%.
Every time you use it, right? Every time you use it, bro. Not only do you whine, train, but when you do the shit at the minuscule percent, you break something. So you look soft. Like,
and then it's like
it
gives him all these scars and shit, but it's like I can't really respect those scars because you did it to yourself. Like,
right. Or 5%. Do you know what I mean? This is what you wished for. This is what you needed. You wanted a quirk. Right. You got it. You got the best quirk from the strongest motherfucker in the universe. Nigga. Whatever.
Yeah.
All right. Back to Windbreaker. Back to Windbreaker. So
we got Crybaby Hero as the main character, but he not a Crybaby Hero.
Facts. Really, really appreciate the character development, the backstory for the main character and what they're moving into. What I'm not liking. Okay. This is current. All right. This is slowly the direction that it seems that it's going now.
Okay.
I get it, and I understand based off of the backstory how he's feeling the way that he's feeling as he's getting the acceptance from the peers around him because he's not used to it because of his background, right? It's a huge contradiction to what he's used to and what used to be his driving force in life, right? I'm just gonna show you.
Right.
Nobody respects me. Everybody looks down on me. Y'all all think that I'm evil or whatever. Right. I dig that. Right.
I actually almost dropped it when that reveal came where it's like, oh nah, everybody cool in this school. What you talking about? Like,
oh yeah. That threw me off. That threw me off.
Huh?
It didn't stop it. I wanted to see more. I was like, okay, so this is
that's what I'm saying. Like,
contradiction.
It almost threw me off. But then when I seen Baji come in, you know what I'm saying, and throw that punch at the nigga, I said, oh, okay. So we still doing something. Okay, but yeah, it took. If Baji never came in,
I might have dropped. We went from I'm that dude And I'm gonna show you I'm that dude to we in Candyland and everybody's soft around here. We good game, pat on the butt.
But I like how they doing the outside influences are now kind of how he's gonna climb the ladder in the thing.
That's what I'm not liking. I'm liking it, but it's throwing me off.
It's not what I thought it was. Not what we thought it was gonna be. We thought this nigga was really gonna be like it was gonna be a school, like everybody brawling, like let's see who gets to the top, and it was gonna be hierarchies and shit. Like
I got it and understood the direction that it was going immediately after the tournament when they sat down and everybody was eating together. Immediately I got, okay, I know where this is going. Now let's see how they do it. All right, so bottom line, straight to the point. I don't like how you give me a character that's developed on the basis of I'm going to show you and then change that character into, damn, I'm feeling uncomfortable with this type of shit. And it's hard for me to explain, bro. It's like a certain, because it's not bad the way that they're doing it. It's just like, damn, y'all are taking away from what you originally gave me as the character foundation.
Yeah.
Now, I know that that's part of character growth, and that is one of the reasons that their character development is on par with Juju, but I don't like it, I guess. I want him to be yes.
I want him to have that dog in him, like.
And I feel like that shit is softening up, bro. Too early. Way too early. I will
say they still kind of like give him that, right? Like when old buddy was like sitting there talking and you know his signature phrase, look at this weak ass nigga picking on somebody just to make himself feel strong.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like you lame as shit. Like, and I mean, what I will say is I definitely feel like he probably should have lost that fight in the tournament. Let's just talk about the tournament real quick.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
I think it was a dead loss. It was a dead L. I didn't really like the way they even made it seem like he was reprimanding them for doing some shit because nigga, you came over there and saw them beating the nigga's ass and you took his coat off.
Yeah.
So, like, now maybe you didn't know about them chasing the middle schooler and that's what kind of pissed him off, right?
Right. They did a flip-flop on the way old boy was projected. The way he was presented, not projected. The way he was presented. Originally, his presentation was, I'm a badass. I'm the nastiest of the nasty.
Yeah.
And the only reason that old boy that my leader isn't the nasty of the nasty is because he's lost his mind. He's crazy. And then
but the nigga is still super nasty. Like he's
right.
You doing that shit, what they did with the story, it made no difference to who that nigga is. Like
it's still fire. Yeah.
Not even fire. I'm talking about like he still was doing like beating up his own people and shit. Like
right.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, get this trash out of my face. Like he, you know.
Well, I'm saying the way that he was carrying himself was like the second. You're talking about the second in command.
No, I'm talking about
the glasses.
Yeah, the glasses nigga. Him doing the nasty shit didn't change the leader's fucking personality or how niggas viewed him or anything.
Right, but the reason I'm saying he was the nasty of the nasty is because of how he carried himself. Whereas the leader is the nasty. He's a dirty, grimy motherfucker. Yeah. But he's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
He doesn't carry himself like I'm a badass. You're gonna respect me. He carries himself like, hey, I have no idea what's going on, but I want to beat your ass because you look good. You look like you can fight. Let's do it. Like crazy, playful, like wild, like. Lost his mind. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's what I was saying. But yes, the main leader obviously was the baddest. That fight for me, who do you think should have took that L in that fight? And I'm not talking about the leader. I'm talking about the second in command with the main character.
That's what I'm saying. I think the main characters, he smashed
main character took the L
into the fucking ground.
Okay, all right. Yeah, me and you are on the same
This nigga smashed your face into the ground and then started with these.
That was over. That was over.
That was the end of the fight.
But had they done that, would you have kept watching?
I mean, yeah. If he had lost, I would have been like, okay, so now now he got put in his place a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we gonna get something. No, nigga.
So now he sees there's a real challenge out there or something like that?
Like maybe now he not the biggest fish in the pond. Maybe we gonna get to see some training. Because, I mean, I do like a good training arc, right? I'm not saying I don't like a good training arc, right? But
shout out Demon Slayer.
Right. So it's like, you know, I feel like he hasn't really... I don't know. I want to see... I mean, again, we saw his limits. Like, obviously, if he was getting, like, he got destroyed by that nigga.
Yeah.
But somehow afterwards, he was able to get up and get his face beat in, and be good. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't. Yeah. Mixed emotions.
Yeah.
Mixed emotions,
like, the fight was fire. The actual, like, fight and the choreography and the animation and everything. The fight was fire, but
I don't think that they actually started the fight until after old boy got bullied, after old boy got buddied up. When the second in command woke up, took off his glasses, kicked off his shoes, and came to the realization, you know what, I am fucking up, because the main character had jumped up. Like, I don't even remember all these names, obviously, but the main character had jumped up and was like, I'll never change who I am.
Yeah.
Based on those around me. I'm going to stay true to myself. And then that woke old boy up. I think that was the actual fight.
Yeah.
This is part of that mixed emotion shit, though, because that fight should have never took place with the way the old boy was getting bullied to begin with. Once you got your head crushed in on the ground, bro, you sleep. Right?
Right. Like,
ain't nobody getting up from that.
Yo.
I've been jumped and fucking stomped. You don't want to get up from that.
Yeah.
Once that's over, that's the end. I lost. I took a L. That's it.
That was crazy,
I ain't never get up from that before.
Again, I want to say it again. Your nose should be crushed right now. Like, and then again, it would have been crazy too, because he was sitting there telling all these other people, "Hey, you bet not lose," and then he would be the one that lost. Like, I feel like, again, this shit would have just been.
It's another mixed emotion thing.
I would have liked to see how that would have played out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, I don't like that it was just a clean sweep. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. Watching Eye Patch nigga demolish that nigga was...
That was the baddest fight in the thing. That was the baddest fight in the thing, because I feel like the two leaders fights... That was more emotional content for character development than it was an actual fight. I liked it because I knew what it was, but as far as a fight, it was ass.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I get what you're saying. It's like I enjoy watching it. Like, it was like I couldn't put it down, but at the same time, I was like, why'd you do that? More character development mixed in than it was. I was expecting an action scene. Okay, we've done a lot of character development. We've had a little bit of action in the middle. Now we're going into a tournament style. It's going to be nothing but action. I'm looking for that jam pack. Let's see what he can really do. Go ahead and put my boy on the map and let him make his mark, right? They didn't give me that. Yeah.
That's what I was expecting. That's not what I received. What I received was more character development and a deeper level of character development using the action scenes for said development.
But then it wasn't even the main character's development. Like, the main character didn't develop at all from this fight.
He did, though. That's when shit started to change for him, and he started to get bashful. That's the shit that I was talking about. He was
already doing that even before the fight. Like,
very minuscule. Now he's got much more acceptance from his peers. He's got a new friend in the other group that he actually established his first strong friendship. He understands now the concept of speaking with your fist and having a conversation, which is an emotional level basis for a fight. And he has now started showing more of that bashful on a consistent basis, instead of it just being a small shift at the restaurant or some shit like that. It's now at the school, when he's getting voted for the fucking class captain, when fucking it's in everything now. That's what I was saying I don't like. That brings me back to the original.
See, I haven't gotten that far yet, so.
Oh, my bad, bro.
Nah,
bad, bro.
You straight. I'm gonna watch it, but
that shift is not turning me away from the anime. Don't get it twisted. That's not the vibe
this
that I'm given.
What you was expecting.
Correct. You said earlier, the way that you presented it is exactly what I was wanting.
Because that's what I thought. That's why I was like, that tournament. Remember when I first told you about it? I was like, ooh, we get to the tournament. Like, that tournament arc, like, super crazy. I was like in the middle of watching. I had just watched Eye Patch nigga fight. I was like, nigga, this shit is fire. You gonna have to watch it. Like, then it
is good. It's very good. It's just turning into more. It's turning into something that I wasn't expecting. Right? I was expecting a shonen style, amped up, overpowered power levels, shit like that. It's not. It's it's more like Classroom of the Elite. It's a drama. I'm good with that. I just was shocked.
Well, I mean, it still has, like, again, those fire, fight moments, right? Like, we still are getting some good fights. The animation is definitely, good. I mean, shit, and the very first fight that they showed of this nigga sitting there, nigga was taking on, what, 15, 20 niggas at once? No, I'm talking about when he was... Not that fight. I'm talking about the one where we actually saw him. Because the first fight, they just fucking off-screen.
That was the intro.
Yeah, he just off-screened them niggas. But the first...
You talking about when they came out of the restaurant and the dude that came back, they had just beat up with the 5 dudes. And it was the fight.
Yeah.
All right.
That shit
that
was
a good,
fire.
that was a tough intro. I like that intro. Yeah.
He's sitting there fucking weave, weave, go up, kick, weave. Niggas got steel pipes like that. That's what I was like, okay, yeah, like
right. And that's what got me feeling like, okay, it's gonna be a shonen style shit. But then now this shit has got me worried about, like, I don't know. It doesn't have me worried about nothing. Listen, the show is good. It's on the level of Classroom Elite as far as a drama, and the character development matches. Like I said, Juju, I'm gonna put it on that level. But it's not comparable to Classroom of Elite, where it's all Classroom Elite is nothing but a drama. All of it is a mind fuck. It's a mental game. It's something for you to think about while you watch it, which I enjoy too, because I know that's what it is. Fire. It's fire, right? So it's a great show. It is fire. I am interested. I have my concerns, but again, we've talked about this before, and I'm gonna say it like I always say it. A show that's good enough to get me feeling some type of way about it is a good fucking show.
Yeah, absolutely. So,
that's it. It's a good fucking show.
I'm speaking of tournaments and fighting. Did you watch the Baki versus Kengen movie?
Yes, I did.
Let's get into that, because I've been dying to talk about this. First of all, did you, like, I'll be honest, I kind of saw them doing that. You know what I'm saying? Making that shit a draw.
Yeah.
Spoilers for all of those that aren't aware.
Yeah.
A draw. I knew they was gonna do that. They did the one match from one side won, the one match from the other side won, and then we get the draw at the end, so that it's like, we don't.
Next time on Dragon Ball Z.
You know what I'm saying? But it's not like we're saying one verse is stronger than the other. You know what I'm saying? Like. But go on.
I'm gonna tell you, I wasn't that impressed.
I mean, it was.
I feel like each one of their respectable shows has developed and shown the characters that were in this movie better. The assassin dude, the one that turns purple and has the black eyes and is from the assassin clan or whatever.
Ryan.
he was way better in the actual his show, bro. Like, he was represented as a killer, a monster, a savage, a beast, an animal, just a bad motherfucker. And in this one,
they sacrificed him basically.
Lackluster. It just wasn't.
That's what I'm saying. So each show kind of, I feel like, had their sacrificial pawn, right?
Yeah.
Because I mean, the purple assassin nigga won his fight, right? Like,
yeah.
And Hanayama won his fight,
right?
You know what I'm saying? But it was like, honestly, Hanayama versus Sao Peng, I was like, why would I didn't like that fight.
That was a bad matchup.
Yeah, I'm like, we knew that was their sacrificial pawn was Sao Peng, right? Like,
which is crazy because Sao Peng wasn't even that good in the show, bro. Right. He was a sacrificial pawn in the show. He got his ass beat. All he is the shouting fucking, what did they call him? The shouting dragon or shouting tiger or some shit like that.
You know who
because
I would have loved to see? The detective nigga versus Hanayama.
Okay.
You know the police detective that had the bitch in his ear?
Yeah.
I feel like that fight would have been way more entertaining. We would have been way more invested because we know how crazy the nigga get when he's like, you know what? Fuck listening to you, bitch. I'm about to really hurt this nigga.
I'm about to go nuts,
and
right?
Hanayama is the type that he done fucking had a whole fucking shit blow up in his motherfucking mouth. Like,
right.
You know what I'm saying? So he could take some pain.
Right.
So you know what I'm saying? It would have been like, can you inflict enough pain to get Hanayama out of there? Like, you know what I'm saying? Or can can you last long enough to get beat on by Hanayama? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I felt like that would have been way better. I don't even remember who Ryan went against, actually. Who the fuck?
Which one?
The purple
assassin?
Yeah, I literally don't remember his fight right now.
He went after the steroid drug using.
Oh, Jack, right? Baki's brother.
Dude.
Baki's brother. Yeah. That just goes to show how little fucks I gave about that fight.
Facts.
Like,
the first one wasn't even that impressive, bro. As soon as I seen old boy, the screaming tiger or whatever the fuck they call old boy, the Muay Thai boy, I knew how bad he had got beat in his own show. I knew he wasn't gonna win on this one.
Especially not against Hanayama. Like,
right. And then another thing too is, if they were trying, I felt like the only reason that this movie was made was to try and get publicity for either one of the shows themselves for more views. Because you get none of the real character backgrounds, the character intros aren't very good, the fucking the assassin dude is another great example, right? I was actually invested in their show. I was actually invested in his family line because that's what gives him the powers that he has, and there's a whole backstory to that shit. Yeah. The sister is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs over our boy, right?
Yep.
All of that shit is intertwined into seeing this guy. So for me, it was cool to see him, but it was still lackluster, even for somebody with the backstory. Now, if you did that shit specifically to kind of rush through, because I felt like everything was kind of rushed too. Like, not even the fights.
They was obviously setting up for this next movie that's coming out, but the dude that they done brought out, I'm like, I don't even remember who that is.
Yeah. I don't know.
So it's like, obviously, they gonna do some shit where it's probably gonna be a draw with fucking them two niggas too. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Baki and that boy ain't never gonna fight. That's how they're gonna do that. But I am interested. The only thing, and this is the only thing that I got for that, like, I really wasn't impressed by that movie. I won't recommend that shit to nobody myself personally. The only thing that I actually thought was gonna be dope, but then turned out to be absolutely nothing, was Baki's dad and oh boy coming out to to try and test the metal. But
that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't remember who that is.
That's a kung fu dude. I don't remember I do not remember his name. The old guy with the gi on.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But I remember his fight. I don't remember his fight.
Who did he fight? Like,
the fast assassin dude. That doesn't help much. I saw the look in your face and was like, yeah, all right, that doesn't explain shit. All right, the biggest thing to take from his fight was nobody could land a hit on him. Okay, his defense is impenetrable. He stands in his stance. He doesn't get moved out of his spot. He gets into his stance. He does not move. He is untouchable, does not move. All of the hits get kind of just brushed off without taking any kind of damage, and he counter strikes. And his counter strikes are sending people into walls without moving. He ain't moving. Right?
Yeah.
So he is a powerhouse, at least everything that I remember from his fight. He's represented as a powerhouse, like King Dingaling, come try and get me kind of shit, right?
Okay.
But everybody knows Baki's dad is
that's what I'm saying. Like
an animal. That man.
This nigga stopped an
He's
earthquake.
a monster.
The nigga stopped
He's
an
a
earthquake.
monster. Right.
Like, the nigga punched the ground and stopped an earthquake. Like,
right. He did it all might. He stopped the weather with his shit. Right.
So I mean
that was interesting to see as like a setup.
Yeah, I mean it was.
But that's it. I was not impressed. Real shit.
It was,
and I like Baki.
I was excited too when I seen it. I was like, oh, this is gonna be crazy. It's gonna.
Oh, I was excited when you told me about it. I watched it that night. That night I looked it up because I was like, oh, that's gonna be fire, right?
Oh my god, man! Like
that was a flop and a half.
It was something that people have like spoken about, right? They compared Baki and Kengan on multiple occasions, right?
Right.
So I get it. It's only natural that you bring them together, right? And put them against each other to fight, right? But it's like the way they did it. They flopped. They dropped the ball on bringing these two together. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't a fan of it. Yeah, it's gonna be one of those things that just disappears into the fabrics, recesses of my mind. Like, oh yeah, there was that Baki and Kengan movie. You know,
that's if anybody even brings it up again.
Like I will, and they will, because again they setting up for the next one, right? And I will watch it just because after you done told me who the dude is, I do want to see the ogre versus the unmovable. You know what I'm saying? Like, so
that would be an interesting fight, but I feel like in order for them, I truly feel like
they're gonna have a winner in that fight either.
I don't think they're gonna do it right. I was gonna say I think the only way for them to do that fight right,
somebody has to lose.
They'd have to do a whole fucking movie on just that fight.
Well, I think what they're gonna do is they're gonna have Biscuit Oliver and that other brolic dude fight in the next one.
Yep.
And then
Oliver's definitely getting in there. I was surprised that he wasn't.
Right, I thought he was gonna be one of the ones in there. Like, I'm just like, are you kidding me?
I was looking forward to that, actually.
And I think everybody was looking forward to it. So they like, oh yeah, let's tease that, and then we do it in the next movie. Like,
as soon as they started arguing about whose physique was better because of what, I was like, oh yeah, Oliver's about to show him something. But whatever. Don't waste your time, people. Unless you're just bored out of your mind.
Yep, just know that those are the results.
If you're bored out of your mind, just go back and rewatch the other one of the two shows so that you know who the characters are for the next one. Maybe that'll be good.
Anyway, so now let's get to the one that obviously we've been waiting on. This Kaiju. One that surprised us both. Kaiju number 8, bro. This is like Windbreaker. I did not expect this thing to go the way that it went. Right? I didn't even read the little synopsis, nothing like that. I just went straight in, completely blind. Niggas, all I heard about Kaiju number 8 was that it was like kaiju, just like Godzilla, you know, type shit. So I said, okay. I went in, first episode, I was like,
holy shit, I'm gonna.
So first episode, I'm going in there and I'm just watching, okay, a little cleanup crew. Oh, but he wants to join the defense force. And then, you know, they show us the defense force and they show what the bitch did with the gun and blew that motherfucker up and shit. So I was like, okay, that was cool. Okay, so he wants to get in the defense force, right? And then we meet old buddy and we're all like, and he's all like, yeah, you know, they done up the age limit, right? So we can join the defense force. And I was like, okay, this is going a decent size. I wonder how the power scaling in this world is gonna work then.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Because we see them teleporting and we see her with the gun, and you know, I'm curious. Okay, how's the power scaling gonna work?
I wasn't even thinking power scaling at that point. I'm surprised. Well, not surprised. I'm glad that you picked up on it that early, but I did not. I was thinking it was going to be, all right, this is more military style. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like the monsters are going to be the powers, like not the people. They're all going to use weapons. Mm-hmm. That was a pleasant surprise for me. That's not the case. That's why I'm bringing it up, because that's one of the things that I got hyped. You know what I mean? Like, oh shit, they're gonna have their own shit. All right.
That's why I'm like, cause like, how they not just fighting against these niggas with no normal guns. I mean, again, we just seen her shoot some big shit that blew this motherfucker's back out. Pause.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But like, at the time, we didn't know anything about the suit.
Yeah, I didn't know nothing about the suits. That's what I was saying. That's why I was sitting there like, why? How are they like? You know, because you got the little normal soldiers, but then you got this one bitch who's, you know, all flashy and got these things on her fucking head, right? Like
the captain, right? And she's got posters up on the fucking city buildings and shit.
So I'm like, what makes her? Then they start talking about, oh my god, 3rd Division, they so strong. Da da da. What's making them so strong? Like, this is what I'm wondering. Like, as I'm just watching the first episode, so so how are they strong? Like, what is the power scaling of this world? That's what I'm thinking, right? That's the first thing I'm thinking. Is like, okay, you got to do some strong shit, but then you have normal people working. You know, this nigga working a normal job. He seemed like a normal person. Yeah. So I'm like, okay, so if you join the defense force, what are you gonna do? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so
shoot guns, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm sitting here like, how does this power in this world work, right? So
I thought it was gonna be all monster based, and then when he turned into a kaiju, I thought that I was right at that point. I was like, yeah, I'm right. It's just because he got hit with some kind of kaiju shit, so and now he's gonna be all powerful.
That's where I say the first twist got me, right? Because obviously we see at the end of I thought this was about to be some Attack on Titan type shit, right? Because we have this all nice, fun, you know, shit is cool, and then boom, the motherfucking kaiju come up out of nowhere and get ready to fucking destroy that nigga. And I'm like, yo, how did he just make it over there that fast to save that nigga's life? Because that motherfucker was done.
Yeah.
He was in the kaiju's mouth, bro.
And he yanked him out. Yeah. With a dive. Yeah.
So that shit. So then I'm like, okay, boom. And then the motherfucking kaiju about to eat this nigga. And here this nigga come with a stop sign. Yeah. I'm like, damn. So niggas in this world, they can freely swing a stop sign, apparently. Like, you know how heavy a stop sign is?
To ain't just that be heavy,
fucking... bro. No, I mean, it's...
They ain't that heavy, bro. If it ain't attached to the ground, that shit, it ain't that
no,
heavy,
but I'm saying, like, I don't know. I'm saying, like, he just swung that. It seemed like he swung that shit so smoothly.
Yeah.
And he's skinny as shit. Like, he a small, skinny ass nigga. Like, I wouldn't see a small, little, scrawny nigga swinging this motherfucking stop sign that easily. Yeah, I'm just saying.
Listen, I thought it was going to be all monster based, and that was the power scaling was going to be based off of the monsters only, and Old Boy was going to be incorporated in that shit because of what happened at the hospital until old girl is like, yo, let me just move this truck for you because you're not going to move it.
That's when I
got hyped.
Oh, so we got suits.
So I said, now there's some actual power scaling for these characters too. We're going to see some. It's not just going to be guns. And then once I got the realization, okay, they did the suit test shit, right? And Old Boy was the first zero, and the vice captain was laughing, crazy laughing at him. Like, that was wild. That was wild.
Yo, and the comedy in Kaiju number 8 has, oh my God. There's been moments where the shit just made me bust out laughing. Like,
that vice captain is a perfect character, bro, for comic relief, bro. He is doing fantastic. And he's serious, too. He's a badass, too. Kaiju has been surprising on a multiple amount of levels, but once they started doing that suit release shit, and you find out that the reason she's shooting that big ass gun like that ain't because it's just some kind of laser cannon, but it actually has to do with the amount of power that she can release from her suit.
Output.
Scaling is getting better. Scaling.
And then did you finally see? Oh, you ain't seen
not
it yet.
No, not the
yo, if you thought she was a bad motherfucker, well, wait till the next episode.
Oh yeah, I saw bits and pieces of that fight before I turned it off. I'm ready.
God.
But then not today's episode, the last episode. I just noticed something, and I don't know if you noticed it, so I'm gonna ask you if you noticed it. Bro, did you notice what that tiger was there for? Her big Siberian tiger? Did you notice what he was there for in that last episode? Not today's, but the one before that.
What part we talking about?
When she was actually bopping the big, they were fighting, they were finishing off the big dude, right? And she shows up to save everybody, right? I didn't realize, but that tiger is there specifically to catch her, bro, off of them shots. You see it in that last episode. She's like, I'm just getting rid of protocol for this one because I've got to take this thing down. And she, boom, and then she actually smacks into the tiger, and the tiger has to bounce her back up. I didn't
notice that detail. Nah.
And the tiger's got to bounce her, like he actually shoves her back up onto her feet for her to get ready for the next shot. Boom. And then same thing. I was like, oh, okay.
Paying more attention to the shots. I ain't gonna lie to you. She was out there cocking that thing back and boom.
So little buddy's actually got a purpose.
Okay.
You know what I mean? He's not just a pet. He's on the battlefield with her for a reason. You know what I mean? That's teamwork. Yeah. I don't know why that's important, people. Something that I noticed. I was like, it's kind of slick.
Nigga, this nigga don't need no tiger, okay? This nigga is a fucking animal. Oh my God. Like, I'm ready for this next episode. I feel
like I need to turn it on right now and watch it because he's just gonna keep talking about it while
I mean, we done came up. We coming up on 2 hours. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, we gotta close this out, bro.
So we gotta close this out. I think it is about time. I got some stuff I gotta get done. You know what I'm saying? But man,
yo, we'll hit heavier on Kaiju on this next one. We really haven't touched much on Slime and Demon Slayer. For those that don't know, Slime is in one of its current building arcs, so it's a whole lot of pre-setup before the next arc comes out. That's probably going to be action-packed. I love Slime, number one, so I'm loving it.
Demon Slayer the same. It's kind of got
just not right.
It's just
not a lot to talk about.
It's not right. It's not a lot to talk about. It's a training arc. It's a build-up arc. Like, we could sit here and talk about the story all day, but we like talking about exciting shit, you know?
Right.
Not that it's not exciting. It's just obviously these other animes we're
got more going on.
Yeah, there's stuff that we can like talk about, speculate on, you know, give our like opinions on, like we could give our opinions on. But we already did that. We already said, it's fire. Diablo is working on the background to get the kingdom, and you know,
It's just a whole lot of plot points, people. If you're not watching the anime yourself, nothing that we say is going to help you because we would have to break down every plot point. Yeah. So it's not, you know what I'm saying?
It's just not feasible.
But still great animes. Absolutely. Watch them. If you're already watching them, you should continue watching them. You already know. And if you're not watching them, I highly recommend either one or both at the same time, back to back. Marathon them bitches. You'll love them.
One last thing I want to touch on too, right, is we was talking about how earlier, you started out with, the 3 anime and stuff.
Yeah.
I will say that I never in a million years would have thought that I would have had a soccer anime as one of my top animes like out right now. You know what I'm saying? I mean, definitely in the top 5. Honestly, and it's one of the few that I've gone and read the manga with. When the anime comes, it will probably be up in there with Solo Leveling.
Woo! That's tough.
Blue Lock is fire.
I know what you're talking about. I already know. You ain't even got to say the name.
Let's be honest. Like,
it is fire. I was actually... This is the last thing, because we're going to close this bitch out in 2 hours. But is the movie out yet? I think it's already out, right?
Is it?
I think so. I think it's been out for almost a week now.
Let's see. I know it came out in Japan.
Oh, okay. Maybe that's what I was seeing. Well, my next question was going to be, have you seen it?
That bitch is in theaters on the 27th. Ooh, that bitch is in theaters on the 27th.
All right.
Oh, shit.
What's that? Next Friday?
Yeah, wait, what's today? Saturday? So
22nd.
Nah, Thursday. Next Thursday. Ooh. Yeah. Ooh.
All right, so then the whole reason I brought it up was I thought you were gonna go into or lead into. I went and watched the movie in the theaters, but it's not out yet.
It's not, but
because I saw the release for Japan was early last week.
They said niggas is saying that if you thought Isagi's shit was fire, wait till we see Nagi's shit. Like, we already there was motherfuckers saying that Nagi was just speculation.
Which one is Nagi?
The badass nigga, the white-haired fucking jump up and trap the ball with perfect precision. Yeah, the movie is about his like come up and like the leading up to what.
And then the other one is the dribbler, right? The one with the demon.
Yeah, that
was his only play partner.
Yeah, that's Bachi, right?
Okay,
Bachi.
Yeah, I don't remember. That's why I'm asking. But that's my boy. that was my favorite. Machida. Okay, yeah, or Bachida.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, that was my boy. That was my boy.
Yeah, but this it's the episode Nagi. So, and motherfuckers are saying, if you thought you seen some badass shit from Nagi before, this nigga is an animal for real. You know, and I know that because I've read the manga. I know Nagi is an animal for real, but
I mean, I knew he was an animal just from the shit that he was
doing. Yeah, 6 months in. 6 months, nigga.
Facts. If you don't,
that's called natural talent. Like
sports animes, I don't feel like get a lot of credit. I didn't even know that they existed.
Yeah.
I have watched.
IQ introduced me to sports anime.
I have watched basketball animes, volleyball animes, and soccer animes at this point. And boxing. I mean, that's technically a sport, but but I feel like
tennis.
I have not. But my point is, for anybody that hasn't experienced or tried any of those, we can both recommend Blue Lock. That's top tier without a doubt. I can also recommend.
I beat out Haikyuu, but I want to see this Haikyuu movie, and maybe that might.
That was the That was the next one that I can actually recommend if you're trying to get an idea of what a sports anime really looks like. Haikyuu is volleyball. It's absolute fire. Another, what's the one that I'm forgetting? I guess that's it really for the top two.
Yeah.
Honorable mention, Aoshi.
Aoshi and Kuroko no Basket.
That was the one that I was trying to think of. Thank you. The Kuroko no basket. Yeah.
That has fire seeds in there. Bro.
That is absolute fire. So the top three that is Blue Lock for soccer.
Yeah.
Haikyuu for volleyball. And Kuroko basketball or no basket.
Yeah.
Is it no basket or is it Kuroko's basketball?
Well,
I think it's his basket.
In English, it probably is, but I just know it as Kuroko no Basket. Like,
and that's for basketball. So if you're interested in any kind of, maybe it has to be a particular one of the sports or whatever for you to actually care because you know some of the rules of the game or some shit or whatever. None of that's going to matter. Any of those will be good, I promise you. I know shit about soccer, and motherfucking Blue Lock is fire.
Yeah. Don't know anything about soccer, but I've been learning.
I don't know.
I didn't know anything about volleyball.
I didn't know shit about volleyball, but Haikyuu was fire.
And I was learning about volleyball. To the point where I was like, oh, wow, okay, that's interesting. Facts. I didn't know liberos was a thing that they couldn't score. Like, yeah, super fire.
Top three. If you don't know, I recommend that you try it. Just see if you like it. It's not gonna hurt nothing. Yep. And then honorable mention would be Aoshi. That's the only other one that I got. That's an honorable mention. If you're going to watch a sport anime for the first time, choose one of them top three.
Yeah.
Don't fuck with Aoshi. Aoshi ain't bad. Blue Lock is just so much better that there's no point in watching Aoshi. Yeah. You see what I'm saying?
And I'm still kind of looking out for the second season, but
yeah, me too.
Blue Lock.
Well, that was the last thing I was gonna say on it. Once you watch those top three, now if you're hooked like we are and you're looking for more, Aoshi is one of your fillers. Yeah. There you go.
See, we watched Aoshi first, and then watched Blue Lock. It was like, what the fuck is Aoshi? What's that?
Correct. I finished off Aoshi while I was still watching Blue Lock, but I was no longer as excited about Aoshi. I wanted that next episode of Blue Lock.
Oh my!
Please give me another one.
But
so that's it. I think that we covered everything that we can cover today. It was a good spread, video game and anime, mostly anime.
Mostly anime. That's what this episode.
That's what we got.
Kind of was gonna be about because we just been neglecting the anime talk. Not neglecting, but just been on some other subjects, and I really wanted us to sit down and just really talk about anime,
Facts. So. We got to get back into it. Anime is a core part of the channel. So I hope that y'all enjoyed it. I don't got nothing else.
I'm out. Peace.